Batting sixth at shortstop, number 12, Avery Wildermude. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 21, Courtney Keller. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 15, Sydney Eubanks. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 7, Emily McDonald. And behind the plate, Sydney Stewart, number 24, the catcher in the flex position. As I mentioned, Courtney Keller will be in the circle for the Lions. For the home team on the scoreboard, Wisconsin Lutheran. Batting first, number 15, the left fielder, number 15, Emily Cardenas. Batting second, number 6, the shortstop, Ashley Corley. Batting third, number 25, the third baseman, Lexi Martin. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 11, Aaliyah Anhalt. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 19, Maddie Chestalowski. Batting seventh, the DP, number 40, Chloe DeLeon. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 7, Olivia Kreezer. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 21, Juliana Sieber. And in the circle for Wisconsin Lutheran, a right-handed pitcher, number 28, Melissa Ton. Melissa enters today's game with a 2-3 record. This is her 9th appearance on the early season so far. And she is 2-3, as I mentioned. She started 4 games, and 20 2/3 has allowed 34 hits, 10 walks, 9 strikeouts. So Wisconsin Lutheran is on the field warming up. We're getting ready to get this thing started. Alongside Jake Ayler, our producer, statistician, I'm Chuck Murray. Beautiful day for softball. It's not a cloud in the sky. We have 2 games here today. This one at 9 o'clock, and then the second game, no back-to-back today. Their second game will be played at 1:30. So there'll be a break in between games. Baseball, we'll broadcast those 2 games. Baseball has a doubleheader starting at 2:30, and we'll be broadcasting those also. So me and Jake kind of have a busy day. We're going to be here running around all over the place and running over for softball. So we're getting ready for the first pitch here. Jake, we're going to be pretty much actually a little early here. Looks like we're 8:56 or so. So that's always good to get a little bit started early. Leading off for the Lions will be second baseman Elena Flynn. First pitch, that's a ball high. 8:56, we've got confirmation. First pitch. Elena Flynn coming in hitting .311 with a couple of doubles. Left-handed swinger. Pitch. There's a strike right in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. One thing I always got to get used to between baseball and softball umpires is those softball umpires, they seem to take forever to call a ball or a strike. So you're guessing there for a while. 1-1. Wind, pitch, that's up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wisconsin Lutheran outfielder pretty much straight away. Left fielder Cardenas is hugging the line just ever so slightly. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch, that's bounced foul. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's like the complex we're at here is a 4-field complex. Used to be baseball fields. Now they've got fences running out in the outfield to make them conducive for softball. Lighted fields, we're not going to need those today, but that's ball 3 up and out. We're actually in a really good location here, up in a beautiful press box here, calling the game from up here so we can see the field really well, and we'll try to paint the best picture we can for you. We're going to have a payoff pitch here. Ton delivers. That's bounced towards second. Right to Kreezer. She'll throw over to first for the out. So first batter up, first batter out. That'll bring up left fielder Macy Cornelius. Macy comes in hitting .275 on the year. Got a couple of triples, 6 runs batted in. Pitch, she shows bunt, and she bunts through it, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Lions in their all navy blue uniforms. The 0-1, that swung on and lifted towards right. And right at Chestalowski for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up the right fielder, Maddie Kennedy. Maddie swinging it really well to start the year, hitting .447 with 6 doubles. The Lions' only home run and 9 runs batted in. Asked for time, it's not granted it. First pitch is a called strike, good fastball outside corner. From our location, we were not able to get the umpires' names today, so, ooh, nice changeup. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Ton very sharp here in the early going. Outfield deep and straight away. That ball's up and out. Center fielder Sieber really deep in center. 1-2 count. Here it comes. That's grounded in the hole into left field. A 2-out base hit for Maddie. She'll reach with 2 outs. That'll bring up third baseman Casey Fincham. Casey leading the team at .459 with a double. 10 runs batted in, leads the team. The coaching boxes for the Lions. Head coach Beth Gotterwitz at third. At first base, Ellie Buffenbarger. 2 outs. We'll see if Maddie's on the run here with 2 outs, trying to get herself in scoring position. Pitch, ball's up and out. 1 ball, no strikes. On deck, DP Lauren Miller. Pitch, that's grounded in the hole into left center. A base hit. Maddie Kennedy will go all the way to third. Throw's going to come into third, and Casey Fincham will advance on the throw. So that'll be a single. She'll advance on the throw to second. So the Lions are threatening here with 2 outs after back-to-back hits. So I think in that situation, they would have been better off throwing the ball to second base to keep Casey still on first. So Lauren Miller steps in, the DP. Lauren is 2 for 8 on the young season. Wind in the pitch. Good fastball outside corner. Called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Ton delivers. That's a changeup outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. She has a very good changeup. 1-1. Kicks and fires. That's called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the runners will be off on the swing here with two strikes and 2 outs. That's popped weakly to the mound. Ton makes the catch to end the inning. So the Lions in the top of the first get a couple of 2-out hits. They strand 2. We're in the middle of the first. Mount St. Joe nothing. Wisconsin Lutheran coming to bat on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. I will at some point. I knew that was the no runs, 2 hits kind of deal. I'm going to pull up. And we're back for the bottom of the first. Wisconsin Lutheran. The Mount goes scoreless in the top of the first after threatening with 2 outs. Leading off will be the left fielder, Emily Cardenas. Emily coming in hitting .257 on the young season. First pitch from Courtney Keller is a called strike on the outside corner. Does have a couple of stolen bases and 4 runs batted in. Courtney delivers, a little low and outside. Looks like her velocity's a little bit better than her start the other day. Now we're a little farther away than we were, but now she's trying to fix the mound here a little bit, pounding it down with her shoes. The 1-1, that's down low. 2 balls, 1 strike, the leadoff hitter. On deck, shortstop Ashley Corley, and then Lexi Martin to follow. Pitch, that swung on and fouled at the plate. Count runs even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lions battery, Sydney Stewart behind the plate, and as I mentioned, Courtney Keller on the mound. Courtney comes in with a 1-4 record in 17 1/3 innings, has walked 11 and struck out 5. That's grounded to third. Off to her left is Fincham. She'll make the throw across the diamond to Hughbanks for the first out of the inning, so Cardenas is retired. That'll bring up shortstop Ashley Corley. Ashley comes in hitting .240 with a double. A couple runs batted in. She has walked 9 times with an on-base percentage of .441 and does swing it from the left side. That swung on and lifted high to center field. Emily McDonald, a couple steps over to her right and left center, makes the catch, so 2 up, 2 down. Bring up third baseman Lexi Martin. Lexi, a team-leading .444 average, really off to a nice start. 6 doubles, a couple runs batted in, 7 walks, on-base percentage of .559, which is outstanding. Another left-handed swinger. Pitch, changeup stays high. 1 ball, no strikes. Be bringing game 2 for you about 1:30 or so. That's the scheduled game time of game 2. So the Lions will have a break in between these games. Normally it's back-to-back. That swung on and popped high in the air. Fincham has room in foul territory, and she'll make the catch. So nothing across for Wisconsin Lutheran. We're through 1 complete. No score on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. And we're back for the top of the second inning. For the Lions, it'll be Avery Wiltermude, Courtney Keller, and Sydney Hughbanks to face Ton. Ton gave up a couple of 2-out hits but got out of the jam in the first. No score as we bat in the top of the second. Avery steps in hitting .233. Fastball a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. That's grounded right to third base. Oh, and I just noted left-handed third baseman. Martin throws on to Malecki for the first out. So you don't see that too often. In fact, I don't remember seeing that except for, especially at the college level. But looks like she does a good job down there. So Courtney Keller will step in, the pitcher. Pitch that swung on foul off to the right side. Courtney got batting .231 with 4 doubles on the young season. As I mentioned, Lions come in at 6-6. The 0-1, that swung on foul straight back. So quickly 0-2. Left-handed pitcher Lauren Miller, the DP, warming up in the bullpen. So we'll see how far they go with Courtney. The 0-2. That's upstairs. Tried to get her to chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Good change up. Courtney was frozen on that one, so called strike 3. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up first baseman Sydney Hughbanks. Sydney is limited bats, but is hitting .333. She's 3 for 9 on the young season and has been hit by the pitch once. 2 up, 2 down. That stays up, ball 1. On deck, Emily McDonald, and then the top of the lineup. Good fastball, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, to paint the picture a little bit, we're up here in an air-conditioned box. We can see the whole field. We're pretty happy. That stays up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, top of the second, no score. Pitch that swung on line, fair inside down the right field line. Picked up by Cheselowski. She'll get it back in to hold Eubanks to a single. So that'll bring up the center fielder, Emily McDonald. Emily comes in on the season batting .233 with a triple. Now the umpires are going to get together, and I have no idea. Maybe fair or foul, or I don't know what. Looks like head coach James Flegel is out asking for something, and whatever it was, we're going to go back with nothing changed. So 2 out runner, Hughbanks at first. Yeah, 2 outs. Yeah, we're all a little confused on what he was looking for there, but nevertheless, we're back to playing. Ton delivers. That swung on and grounded to second. Over to crease and throws it over to first, and that's the end of the inning. So the Lions get another hit, but strand a runner. We're in the middle of the second. No score on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. right, we're back for the bottom of the second. Leading it off for Wisconsin Lutheran will be first baseman Gwen Malecki. Gwen coming in hitting .250 with a double. A couple of walks, on base percentage of .368. So we're no score. Bottom of the second, game one of a split doubleheader. In the major leagues, they call it day-night, but we're not quite day-night. It'll be day-day. That swung on and popped foul. And, well, our view was obstructed, but it sounds like we made the catch. My guess would be second baseman Flynn made the catch. That would have been a tough play, but that's what we're going to go with. Official score, Jake. Ayler's trying to figure it out. That'll bring up catcher Aaliyah Anhalt. Aaliyah coming in hitting .222. First pitch is up, ball one. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0, that's swung on and popped foul, and that's going to get back out of play. Most of these softball complexes, there's netting all around to protect the spectators and the people walking from field to field from the foul balls here. Very good idea. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the second inning. Courtney Keller pitches that swung on and looped towards right, but Maddie Kennedy's right there to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down. So Courtney Keller's very sharp at the beginning. That'll bring up Maddie Cheselowski. Maddie on the year, looking for her first hit, scored a couple of runs. Courtney delivers, that swung on and lifted towards center field. Shallow, Emily McDonald with a great effort. Dives, couldn't quite make the catch, so that'll go for Wisconsin Lutheran's first base hit. Emily made an outstanding effort, just couldn't quite come up with the catch, the diving catch. That'll bring up the DP, Chloe DeLeon. Chloe comes in 1 for 7 on the year. Keller delivers, a little bit high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. One out, corners in a little bit. Outfield pretty much straight away. That ball's up, 2 balls, no strikes. Keller delivers. That's down, ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes. Lauren Miller continues to heat up in the Lion bullpen. That's right in there for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Keller delivers. That swung on and lifted towards center. Emily McDonald over in the right center will make the catch. So Wisconsin Lutheran does get their first base hit. They strand a runner. We're through 2 complete. No score on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. And we're back for the bottom of the third. Back to the top of the lineup. Elena Flynn will lead off. She bounced to second her first at bat. No score here. Lions bat in the top of the third of game one. Pitch runs up and takes ball one. Mentioned third baseman Lexi Martin a little bit before. Left-hander playing third. Just don't see that too often. It's slapped up the middle. Nice play by the second baseman Kreeser. She throws on to first for the first out. So Flynn is retired on another 4-3. That'll bring Macy Cornelius. She flied out to right her first time up. Ton, first pitch down low, ball one. That swung on and bounced to short. Kind of took a tricky hop there on Corley, but she threw on over to first. So 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Maddie Kennedy, the right fielder. She singled through the left side her last at bat. 1 for 1 on the day. Casey Fincham on deck, and then hopefully Lauren Miller to follow. 2 out, nobody on here. Lions bat in the top of the third. No score. Pitch. Change up stays down. Ball one. Ton's been really sharp around the plate, making some good pitches, and the defense is working behind her real well. 1-0. Maddie, another right through the same spot, grounded through the hole into left field, a base hit. So another 2-out hit. A wild throw from the left fielder, Cardenas, into second. That'll allow Maddie to go to second base. So it'll be a single and then a throwing error on the left fielder, Cardenas. So now they do have that runner in scoring position. 2 outs. Sometimes the things that are routine can end up being trouble. Fielded it cleanly and everything, and just made a wild throw into the cutoff man. So Fincham with a chance of driving a run. Pitch, change up, stays down. Ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. That's up high. 2 balls, no strikes. May want to pitch around here with Fincham. Casey coming in with a team-leading .459 average, and her single will rise that up. 2-0, swung on and bounced to third. Martin will make the throw on to first. So the Lions again get another hit. There was a Wisconsin Lutheran error. They leave 1. We're in the middle of the third. No score on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. And we're back for the bottom of the third. Leading it off for Wisconsin Lutheran will be second baseman Olivia Kreeser. Courtney Keller still on the mound for the Lions. First pitch is a strike right in there. No balls, 1 strike. Olivia coming in first Well, she scored a couple runs, but her first official at bat of the season. So getting some playing time here. Looks good out at second base. That swung on a line foul, hard down the left field line. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Courtney checks her wristband for the pitch that she wants to throw here. And the 0-2 changeup stays outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2. Checks. Oh, swung and fouled it off. Look, now they're going to say no foul. She just swung and missed, strike 3. Okay, it was up and in. Let's see if there's going to be. Okay, we're going to go with that. It hit her, but she swung and missed. So that'll be the first out of the inning. That'll bring up center fielder Juliana Sieber. And she's going to swing it from the left side. Juliana with had 3. She's 0 for 3 on the young season. Tries to bunt and fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike. Leadoff hitter, left fielder Emily Cardenas is on deck. Fincham way in at third. Shows bunt again. A little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch, tries to bunt again, fouls it off. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch, she tries to bunt again, and it's fouled off. So that should be a strike out. Unless they're going to say she was slapping at it. But, boy, I sure looked like a bunt to me. Nobody seems confused. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No argument from the Mount dugout, so we're going to live with that. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And, again, the same thing. Now, that looked a little bit more. She's trying to slap the ball. Now the umpire's going to – Beth is going to question. Now they're going to go talk about this. I thought the last one was more of an obvious bunt than that one, but they're going to get together and they're going to tell her, no, it's a swing, and she very unhappily goes back into the dugout, not satisfied. That was not the A answer for her. So the count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fincham way in at third. She could almost shake hands with her. 1 ball, 2 strikes. My outfield would be really, really shallow if I was coaching here. Now, that's a swing and a miss. So 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Emily Cardenas. She grounded third her first at bat. Two out, nobody on here, bottom of the third. Along with producer, scorekeeper, Jake Ayler, doing an outstanding job. I'm Chuck Murray. Courtney delivers. Fastball, called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. As I mentioned, Courtney looks way sharper, way better than she did on Wednesday. The 0-1. That's up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice crowd gathered here today for this 9 a.m. start time. Actually, I think we started at 8:56, but looks like most of the dew is off the grass now. The sun's shining brightly down on the field. That's ball 2, 2-1. I know some Florida mornings down here, sometimes the dew's on there till sometimes 9:45, 10 o'clock in the morning. But just looking out, and clearly it's a dirt infield, and that's pretty dry. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch. Low and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. So Courtney around the plate, just missing. On decks, the shortstop, Ashley Corley. 3-1. That swung on and fouled off. So the count runs full. Fouled off behind the first base dugout. Lions are in the first base dugout today, and Wisconsin Lutheran in third. We will switch fields for game number 2, which starts at 1:30. We're on field 1. I believe it's going to be field 4. That's bounced to Fincham at third. Nice play by Casey. Throws low, but dug out by Eubanks. So another 3 up, 3 down inning for Wisconsin Lutheran. We're through 3 complete. No score on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. And we're back for the bottom of the third, leading off DP Lauren Miller. Lauren's first at bat. She popped up to the pitcher. First pitch is a nice changeup in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. We're scoreless as we bat in the top of the 4th here. Both pitchers have been pretty dominant so far. Pitch, that's a fastball up and out. Lions do have 4 hits. Wisconsin Lutheran only 1. Lions did threaten last inning. Maddie Kennedy, a 2-out single. Reached second on a throwing error by the left fielder, but was stranded there as Fincham grounded out. That's lined up the middle for a base hit. Lauren continues to swing a good bat. I would expect to see a pinch runner here. And let's see what we got here. Okay. Pinch running for the Lions is Amanda Logias. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So the Lions, runner on first, nobody out. I would expect Wiltermood to be bunting here. So the Lions with their 5th hit of the ball game. Wow. Count balls, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, I'm expecting her to try to bunt her over to third here. Third baseman Martin way in. Shortstop Corley towards third base here. Here's the bunt. That's a nice bunt. Martin will pick it up and throw on to first. Goes 3-1. I'm sorry, 5-1. Sacrifice bunt. That'll advance Amanda over to third. That'll bring up the pitcher, Courtney Keller. So Courtney with an opportunity to help herself here and drive in the game's first run. It was a big stolen base there to get her to second. Now she's on third with less than 2 outs. I always thought this was kind of a money at bat. You know, anything to get them in. Sacrifice fly, ground ball, base hit. Pitch stays up and out, ball 1. When I coached, I was always big on this statistic. Got to get them in somehow, some way. Infield is back, corners are in, but the infield is willing to concede a run on a ball to short or second. Pitch, slow change, right in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. As I mentioned, she has an excellent changeup, and she throws it for strikes. That's double trouble there. So Courtney trying to move the baseball here, or the softball. That ball's high. I will run to a few baseball analogies. Sometimes I'll say the runner takes their lead. Well, they can't lead off here. Just the old habit of calling baseball games. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch. That's fouled at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Ton trying to get a strikeout here. Keller trying to put the ball in play. We'll see who wins the battle. As I mentioned earlier, beautiful day for softball. Little or no wind. 2-2. That ball's down in the dirt. Nice block there by the catcher, Anhalt. Very nice block. So the count runs full. On deck is Sydney Hughbanks, and Sydney singled her first time up. So we're going to have a payoff pitch. Ton delivers. That swung on and fouled down the right field line. Actually, almost wished that she could have caught it because she could have easily tug up there. And we'll do it all over again. Full count. Looking at her wristband for the pitch he wants. He's got it. Rocks, fires. That's ball 4 high. Really nice at bat there by Keller. So we'll see if we have a pinch runner for her. And that's what's going to happen. And it looks like it's going to be number 2. That's Skylar Fletcher. I would expect Skylar to take off and steal second. The first pitch, try to get 2 runners in scoring position as Sydney Hughbanks steps in. Be interesting if Coach Godowitz does any type of safety squeeze here, bunts the ball. So, but I'd assume she would get down to second base first of all. I can't imagine any scenario where Wisconsin Lutheran throws through. So you want to get down there first, and then you got your option whether let her swing her way or try to bunt the ball. Wind the pitch. She does go. She bluffs the bunt. She'll take second base. That'll be a stolen base. It is a called strike as she squared the bunt. So no balls, 1 strike. So 2 runners in scoring position. Again, corners are in. The middle is back. Outfield straight away. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch. That's hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. She's going to wave both runners. Oh, an ill-advised throw home, which is going to allow Hughbanks to go to second base. So that'll be a single, 2 RBIs. She'll go to second on the throw. So the Lions take a 2-0 lead. So big hit there by Sydney Hughbanks, who's been swinging the bat very well. The freshman coming through. Lions take a 2-0 lead. That'll bring up Emily McDonald, the center fielder. Emily on the day is grounded out to second. Emily, an outstanding defensive center fielder. Pitch. Ball's down, 1 ball, no strikes. One zero. Fastball right in there. Good fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck, Elena Flynn, the second baseman. And in the hole, Macy Cornelius. Pitch. That's up. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. That hitter. So she'll go on down to first base. So the lines with runners on first and second now with 1 out. Elena Flynn steps in. She's bounced to second twice. She's 0 for 2. Lines with 2 in, 2 on. Third baseman Martin in. She shows bunt. That's outside, ball 1. First and second. One out in the inning. Shows bunt again. She drag bunts. Martin's going to come up with it. She's going to make the throw. And I'll tell you what, she plays a really good third base. I understand even as a left-handed third baseman, she's down there. So that'll go down as a 5-3 sacrifice. That will move the runners. So 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Macy Cornelius to the plate. Macy's 0 for 2 so far. Flied out to right, grounded to short. So big 2 runs out there at this point. Good fastball inside corner. No balls, 1 strike. So Ton trying to keep her team within striking distance here, and Cornelius trying to get a base hit to extend the lead. Any base hit of any distance would score 2. Pitch is a little upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kicks and fires. That ball is up. On deck, right fielder Maddie Kennedy, who's 2 for 2 on the day. So I'm sure Tom's doing everything here to try to avoid having to face Maddie for a 3rd time. That's a ground ball, knocked down. Again, a nice play by the second baseman, Kreeser. She'll throw on to first to retire the sides. But the Lions do break across with a couple runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We're in the middle of the 4th. Mount St. Joe 2, Wisconsin Lutheran nothing on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. And we're back for the bottom of the 4th. Courtney Keller has re-entered the game to pitch. I'm assuming at some point when Lauren Miller's spot comes back up, she will re-enter also. Leading off for the fourth for Wisconsin Lutheran will be shortstop Ashley Corley, who flied out to center her first at bat. Keller First pitch right in there, called strike one. Fincham in front of the base at third. Eubanks in front at first. That's fouled straight back. Outfield shading a little bit. Well, pretty much straight away. Left fielder Cornelius in a couple of steps. But there's bare spots out in the outfield where the grass would be, and they're pretty much setting up camp there. 0-2, that's high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Be followed by Martin, then Malecki. Keller looks at her wrist to see what sign she wants, kind of shakes her head. Now she's got what she wants, and that's an off speed that stays down in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. That's low, ball 3. So Corley with a nice at bat going. He's battled back to a full count here. Becomes a big at bat. You clearly don't want to walk the leadoff hitter of the inning after finally breaking through. I would think she'll challenge her here and say, here it is, and try to hit it. With a payoff pitch here, full count. Keller delivers. That's not line drive, base hit. Diving attempt by the second baseman. Flynn got a glove on it, but it bounced into center field. So Corley wins the battle there. Nice job. Nice shot up the middle for a hit. Leadoff single. That'll bring up Lexi Martin, the third baseman. She fouled out to third her first at bat. Again, left-handed swinger. So Wisconsin Lutheran has the tying run at the plate as they bat in the bottom of the fourth. Lions lead at 2-0. Keller delivers. Just missed. 1 ball, no strikes. That's rocketed to right. That is going to go over the head of Kennedy and up against the fence. They're going to wave around the runner. Here's the throw home. And now she's going to take third on the play. So, again, as Wisconsin Lutheran did, we threw to the wrong base there. We had no chance to throw the runner out at home, but we tried it anyway, and Martin takes third on the throw. So they've cut the lead in half, and they have the tying run at third with nobody out. So that'll bring up Gwen Malecki. She fouled out the second base her first time down the right field line. So that ball was a shot to right field that was over Kennedy's head, got it in. But we had no play at the plate as the run scored. So there's a pitch. They're going to try to score, and Keller gets off the mound slowly anyway. So what are we going to call that? We're going to call that a pass ball. So Ellie Buffenbarger is going to go to the mound to talk to Courtney. She looks like she's limping around a little bit. That ties the score. As of right now, that run's unearned. But, again, she'd be on third with no outs, so we'll have to see how the inning plays out. So Wisconsin Lutherans battled back to tie it. 2-2, nobody out. Keller got a good break off the mound. There might have been a potential play at home plate, but she didn't, and Martin scored easily. So as they say, we have a brand new game. One 1-0 pitch. It's right in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. That swung on and fouled towards the Lion dugout, and it does hit off the top of the dugout, so there's no play for the first baseman, Hubanks. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, two. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're saying 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the umpires have it wrong. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the batter Malecki's pleading her case. Now that the first base umpire corrects the home plate umpire and says it is 2 balls, 2 strikes, and now we're all straight on the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's swung on and fouled off. It's hard to tell. I don't know if he has a clicker or not. In the old days, everybody carried a clicker, and sometimes umpires don't carry them anymore, which I really don't understand. I would think that would be mandatory, but you'll see some umpires without clickers. I can see when you're calling 200, 300, 400 pitches in a game that you would forget the count occasionally. 2-2. That swung on and lifted high in the air to left, and the left fielder Cornelius will make the grab. First out of the inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Aaliyah Anholt. She flied out to right in the first inning. Pitch, that hitter. So Wisconsin Lutheran has a 1-out base runner. Looks like they're going to make a move. Send a pinch runner out there. That'll be number 14. Allie Stansell. So the go-ahead run on first base. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Keller's got her sign, delivers, fastball, that stays outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Oh, no, wait a minute. Did he call that a strike? I think he did. A little bit of a delay there. Sorry, folks. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch, grounded, foul down the left field, past third base down the left field line. Quickly 0-2. On Maddie Chesolowski, who singled her first at bat to center field. Pitch, that stays upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Change up, that's fouled behind the Lion dugout, right side, out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Delivers, that's grounded foul. Off the facing of the third base dugout, where Wisconsin Lutheran has that dugout this game. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner goes, and that'll be a stolen base. So she's in scoring position. 1 out in the inning. Counts 2-2. The pitch that swung on and popped, foul, and it's just going to get out of play right behind home plate. So again, the count remains 2-2. That swung on the line to left. Nice catch, and that'll be a double play. Nice catch by the left fielder Cornelius. She fired into Flynn, so that'll be an L7-4 DP. So the Lions get out of it. Wisconsin Lutheran does score 2 runs. They tie it up. We're through 4 complete. 2-2 on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. We're back for the top of the 5th. New pitcher for Wisconsin Lutheran is left-hander Casey Meitzner. Casey comes in. Her 7th appearance. She's 0-0, 11 1/3, 16 hits, 9 walks, 10 strikeouts. Maddie Kennedy leading it off for the Lions. First pitch is a called strike. Second pitch is lifted in the air to center field. Over Seaburn, she'll make the catch for the first out. So Maddie's retired for the first time today. That'll bring up third baseman Casey Fincham. Casey singled to left and grounded to third. 2-2 as the Lions bat in the 5th. Looks like Haley Johnson's warming up for the Lions down in their bullpen. Pitch, that's lined. Oh, an outstanding catch by the shortstop, Corley. She dove to her left and made an outstanding catch as she laid out for the play. So 2 up, 2 down. That'll be a Sports Center highlight right there. It'll bring up, well, actually, Lauren Miller did not re-enter the game. And this is Amanda, I believe, still hitting, yeah. Lugayes. So she swings it from the left side. She pinch ran and stole a base last inning and scored. Pitch, that's down low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lions with two out, nobody on here after an outstanding defensive play. That ball's low. Two balls, one strike. 2-1. That's punched towards left center. That's going to drop for a base hit. So the Lions have a 2-out base runner. We'll bring up Avery Wittermood. She grounded a third and had a sacrifice bunt. So we'll see if she tries to get in scoring position here with 2 outs. That swung on and fouled off. The catcher, Anhalt, does have a very, very good arm, and last time when she stole a base, she had to make a great slide to get around the tag. But with 2 outs, you're trying to get a runner in scoring position, so we'll see what the Lion coaching staff decides. Kicks, fires, she bluffs to go. That ball's down. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck is pitcher Courtney Keller in a 2-2 game here in the 5th. Pitch, she runs, throw to second base, and she's going to be safe on the stolen base. So that's her second stolen base. She is in scoring position. Counts 2 balls, 1 strike, so the go-ahead runs out there. Any single of any distance should score the runner. Good pitch outside corner, 2 balls, 2 strikes. She'll be taken off on the swing. That's a changeup way up. So the count runs full. On deck is pitcher Courtney Keller. Payoff. That's low and outside. Ball 4. Nice at bat there by Avery. So again, that'll bring up Courtney Keller. She struck out looking and walked. Chance to help herself here. We mentioned on previous broadcast, Courtney set a freshman home run record for Mount St. Joe last year with 10. Looking for her first this year. That ball's down out. It'll be a nice time to get her first one here. Outfield is deep. Pretty much straight away. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch. That swung on and fouled off. One ball, 1 strike. One. That swung on and fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two outs, 2 strikes. Runners will be moving on the swing. Pitch. That swung on and looped. Looping line drive that Martin grabs at third base. So the Lions threaten, but they do not score. No runs, 1 hit, and a couple left on. We're in the middle of the 5th, tied at 2 on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. And we're back for the bottom of the fifth in a 2-2 game. Game one of the doubleheader today. The second game, as I mentioned, will start around 1:30 or so. We'll be back to have that one for you also. Courtney Keller still on the bump or in the circle for the Lions. First pitch is a ball outside. Leading off, Chloe DeLeon. Flied out to center her first at bat. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball right in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch high alongside scorekeeper and producer Jake Ayler and sports information director Blake Watson. I'm Chuck Murray. As we get through this game, we're in the bottom of the fifth, 2-2, 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to DeLeon. Keller, that ball's up and in, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Lions pretty much straight away. They're all playing out there on the bare spots where the grass has been killed over these last probably few weeks here. And that's a leadoff walk for DeLeon. So I'm thinking maybe they would have a pinch runner for here. Let's see what they do. And he's going to have a pinch runner. I'm not a big fan of the re-entry, but that's been in this game for a long time. Coach Goderwitz maybe was going to go to the mound and make a pitching change also. So let's see. First of all, we got to get the pinch runner in the game. Well, he went down to talk to the umpire, but he didn't make a change, so. So we're going to have a pinch hitter at the plate, not a pinch runner. So that's number 32. And that is Cara Velez. So she'll hit for Creaser. The Lions are going to make a pitching change also. They'll bring in Lauren Miller. We'll be back to give you her numbers just a minute. All right, pinch hitting for Wisconsin Lutheran is number 32, and that is Cara Velez. She's had 1 plate appearance so far this year, doesn't have a hit. In relief now for the Lions, pitcher Lauren Miller, who is 1-0 on the season. This is her 5th appearance. 12 2/3, has allowed 20 hits, only 2 walks. ERA of 4.97. First pitch, she squares the bunt, called strike. Now, Coach Goderwitz is now going to the home plate umpire again, probably just to make sure that Courtney's in the DP position. Everybody's squared away. And now she's satisfied, and she's going to walk back. Yeah, I think that's what they said, 25, talking about Courtney in the DP position. So, no balls, 1 strike. As Velez squared the bunt. Lion corners way in looking for the bunt. Pitch. There is the bunt. Fitcham. Oh, boy, she makes the play. She recovered. Bobbled it just a little bit, but made the throw. So that'll be a 5-4 sacrifice bunt. They throw behind the runner at second, but she gets back in there safely. So the sacrifice bunt is executed. Wisconsin Lutheran has the go-ahead run at second with 1 out. And that'll bring up Juliana Sieber, the center fielder, who struck out her first at bat. Well, it looks like we might have a pinch hitter for her. So the wheels are spinning here. And let's try to get the number for you. Looks like number 33. That is Addison Galande. Addison on the year is 1 for 9. So the go-ahead run out at second. Miller rocks and fires as a pitch should be right in there. Called strike 1. As I said, these umpires really hesitate, and sometimes you don't know what the call is going to be. But that looked right in there. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch, that's bounced towards short. The runner holds, and the throw on by Wildermude to first base to Eubanks for the second out of the inning. It is a big out. And that'll bring up Emily Cardenas. She's grounded to third both times. Keller is responsible for the runner out at second base. 2 outs. And the 5th pitch. All speed stays high. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch, that's down low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Peers in, that's fouled off. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Little reminder out there, wrestler Desmond Diggs will be wrestling approximately about 12 o'clock today in the NCAA National Championship Wrestling Tournament. You can go to ncaa.org if you want to see that. There's a foul down the right field line. His Cardenas hangs in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces are wild here in the 5th. And a tie game 2-2. Runner will be off on the swing with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Miller trying to hold him at bay here in a tie game. She kicks, she fires. That's grounded towards second. Flynn over, makes the play. So the Lions do get out of the inning, and a very nice job there by Lauren Miller. We're through 5 complete. 2-2 on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. Okay, Wisconsin Lutheran re-enters Creaser at second base. Number 2, Maddie Heller will be in the 9 hole now. First pitch is high to Sydney Hubanks. She singled and twice and drove in a couple of runs. Pitch, low and outside, ball 2. Pitch is down low, ball 3. Called strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. And that's fouled off, full count. We'll have a payoff pitch. Payoff pitch coming. That's swung on and fouled away. So Sydney hanging in there. Good day, going 2 for 2 so far. A couple singles, 2 RBIs. We play the top of the 6th in a 2-all game. That's popped up. And the first baseman, Malecki, will make the catch. 1 out. They'll bring up center fielder Emily McDonald. She's grounded out to second and been hit by the pitch. Pitch, called strike outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch, change, stays just a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. As I mentioned earlier, we have a great view up here in the press box. Very nice facility up here. That's fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Whoever designed this did a fantastic job. 1-2. That swung on and lifted towards center. And Heller, the new center fielder, will make the catch. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Elena Flynn, the second baseman, who's bounced to second twice and had a sacrifice bunt. She's 0 for 2. Two outs. That ball's down in the dirt. Ran up as if to try to slap the ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The Lions have had their fair share of leadoff hitters over the year that attempt to slap the ball. They're slappers. That ball is down low. 2 balls, no strikes. So if we haven't mentioned, Jake and I will be back here for Game 2 as Sports Information Director Blake Watson heads over to baseball. He'll have the baseball game for you. That pitch is a called strike. That first pitch is 2:30. They have 2 7-inning games, and me and Jake will head over at some point to help him out. So we're on the run today, but we're enjoying it. That ball is called strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That ball is bounced foul at first. Count remains 2-2. The left-hander peers in, rocks, fires. That's bounced to first. It's booted, and it's a race to the bag, and she got her. Malecki with a nice recovery there. She initially couldn't field it cleanly, but dove towards first base to get Flynn. So the Lions are 3 up, 3 down. We're in the middle of the 6th. Game tied at 2 on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. And Lauren Miller back out for her second inning of work. Did a nice job coming in relief last inning and slamming the door shut. We're 2-2, bottom of the 6th. Her first pitch got left on left here. It's ball outside. Pitch, little bit high, I assume. 2 balls, no strikes. Corley is flied out to center and singled to center. 2-0, swung on and fouled off. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lion outfield straight away. Cornelius in a couple steps and left. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a fastball outside corner, 2-2. Casey Fincham with a few words of encouragement for Lauren. Casey a few feet in front of the base at third, and Hugh Banks in a little bit at first. 2-2. That's grounded in the hole in the left field, a base hit. So right between third and shortstop, we call that the 6 hole. So a leadoff single there by Corley. And Wisconsin Lutheran puts the go-ahead run on first. Nobody out here as they bat in the 6th. Lexi Martin has fouled out to third and doubled to right. Had an RBI, went to third on the throw. So we'll see. Is their best hitter, will they bunt her over or will they let her swing away? Got another left-on-left matchup here. Maybe not as big advantageous as it is in baseball, but we'll see what happens. No, she's not squaring. Ball's up and out. 1 ball, no strikes. Fincham in, looking for the bunt. Kicks and fires. That ball's down. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch. That's ball 3 in. 3 balls, no strikes. So Miller digging herself a hole here. Has to come all the way back. On deck's Malecki, who's fouled out and flied to left. The 3-0. That's ball 4 high. I thought it was right in there. A little high must have been. So the first 2 reaching the bottom of the 6th. It'll bring up Gwen Malecki. Would expect to see a sacrifice bunt attempt here. Pitch, he does square. Ball's high. 1 ball, no strikes. All of a sudden, Lauren's having trouble finding the strike zone here. Lions charging hard on the corners. A slug bunt, something along that line, could be pretty successful because shortstop and second baseman are also moving. And it hit her, but looked like she squared around. We got a foul ball call by the umpire. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Head coach James Flegel asking for a ruling there, not happy with his explanation, kind of giving a little smile. And so we'll move on. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mm-hmm. 1-1, squares again. Nice bunt out in front of the plate. The only play will be at first as Eubanks makes a throw over to Flynn, so the sacrifice works. Really nice bunt there. That'll bring up Aaliyah Holt. See what the Lions do. So Coach Gotterwitz will go to the mound and talk some strategy over, and we'll be right back in a minute. All right, Coach Gotterwitz has made her way back to the dugout. Ann Holt steps in, second and third. Infield is in, or at least halfway. In at the corners, about halfway. At second and short. Pitch that's swung on and looped to right. Maddie Kennedy will make the catch. The throw to the cutoff man. No advancement by the runner, so the big second out there as Maddie made a strong throw home. So that's the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Cheselowski, who singled to center and lined into a double play the last inning, or 2 innings ago on that fly ball to left that they doubled the runner off at second. So this would be, they do have a base open here, so she swung the bat pretty good today. We'll see how they pitch her. Pitch, fastball right in there, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch, a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sydney Stewart doing a real nice job for the Lions behind the plate today. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch, that's bounced. That's going to be a tough play. Fincham cuts it off, though, and makes the throw over to Eubanks for the 3rd out. So a really nice job there by Lauren Miller getting out of that jam. They strand 2 through 6 innings. We're tied at 2 on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. And we're back for the top of the seventh. Leading off with Macy Cornelius, Maddie Kennedy, and Casey Fincham. Sounds like a couple to me. So we're tied 2-2 as we bat in the top of the seventh. Casey Meitzner still on the mound for Wisconsin Lutheran. Her and Lauren Miller are pitchers of records now as we play the seventh inning here. First pitch is up and in, ball one. Macy on the day is 0 for 3, fly to right, grounded to short, and grounded to second. 1-0, that's swung on and lifted towards right. And back to make the catch is Chesolowski for the first out. So that'll bring up the right fielder, Maddie Kennedy. Maddie's 2 for 3 on the day, a couple of singles, and flied out to center. So this would be our inning with Maddie and Casey Fincham on deck and Lauren Miller in the hole. That swung on, fouled straight back. Maddie with a good cut. No balls, 1 strike. One in the pitch. That's a change hit out into center field. Relatively deep, but Heller back a step or two to make the catch, so 2 up, 2 down. Bring up third baseman Casey Fincham. Casey 1 for 3 on the day, singled in the first, grounded to third, and then lined out to short. Pitch, that swung on and fouled back, straight back. As our number one baseball fan, Scott Lawson, would say, we need some 2-out lightning. Oh, 1 change, stays down, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1, that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. On deck, as I mentioned, pitcher Lauren Miller, who's the pitcher of record. Two, 1, that ball is down. 3 balls, 1 strike. So Casey in a good hitter's count. She'll be looking for something she can yank hard to the pull side. Maybe get 1 up and get 1 out. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-1. That's lined up the middle for a base hit. So there's that 2-out base hit. Casey's 2 for 4 on the day. Let's see, no move right now for a pinch runner. So that'll bring up Lauren Miller. Lauren's popped out to first, or popped out to the pitcher and singled to center in her 2 plate appearances. Little left-on-left matchup here. Fastball outside corner, called strike 1. Outfield's pretty deep, trying to take away any double extra base hit that would allow Fincham to score from first. Pretty good gap in right center. That ball's down in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. Right fielder Chesolowski, on the line pretty much, and center fielder Heller straight away. So there is a big gap in right center. That swung on and fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, Avery Wildermude, and hopefully Courtney Keller to follow. Pitch, that's a change down in the dirt. Excellent job there by Anholt, blocking it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2. That ball's way down in the dirt. 3-2. So we're going to have a payoff pitch. Fincham will get an early start at first. Full count, 2 outs. Should be able to score on a ball in the gap. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Runner goes. That's lined sharply. That deflected over the shortstop. That'll be ruled a base hit correctly. So the second baseman Creaser did a nice job to try to get in front and knock it down. So the Lions, after 2 outs, get back-to-back hits. I'm going to bring up Wiltermude, who is grounded to third, had a sacrifice bunt, and walked. So Lauren Miller continuing to swing a hot bat. There's a conference on the mound here, and it's going to break up. No coaches, just all the players, and trying to make sure they're all on the same page here. So the freshman Wiltermude up in a clutch-type situation here. First and second, 2 outs. Tie game, 2-2 in the 7th. Kicks and fires, fastball, outside corner, called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. That's swung on and fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes. Lions at a nail biter here in game 1. 2-2 in the 7th. So far the Lions 6-6 on the year. 2-2 down here. Pitch, that swung on and hit pretty good to center field. But back a couple of steps to make the catch is Heller in right center field. So the Lions do not score after a couple of 2-out singles. We're in the middle of the 7th, Mount St. Joe 2, Wisconsin Lutheran 2 on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. Then we go to the shootout. All right, we're back for the bottom of the 7th. We have to hold them here to be able to get into extra innings, what I call the shootout, where you put a runner on second base, but we got to get 3 outs first. Leading it off for Wisconsin Lutheran will be number 40, Chloe DeLeon. The DP's flied out to center and walked. Miller looks in for the sign. She kicks and fires. That swung on the line to Kennedy. Right at her in right field. She make the catch. Head high there. She hit it on the nose, but right at her. So 1 pitch, 1 out. It looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Head coach James Flegel is talking to the home plate umpire, and let's see, we do have a pinch hitter, and it looks like it's correctly called by the Wisconsin Lutheran Sports Information Director up here in the booth helping us out, being a spotter for us today. Number 35, Jackie Farias. First pitch is a fastball outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Number 35, Jackie, for that ball's down. 2 balls, no strikes. Farias on the years 2 for 5 with a double. And limited bats, but that's 400, so 2 balls, no strikes. Swung on a hit. Fincham can't get it, but in the hole is Wittermood. She makes a nice throw across the diamond to Hugh Banks for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down. Pitch. She shows bunt. Back to Miller. She'll spin and throw to first and get the out as Sieber had re-entered the game. And she tries the bunt, and she's thrown out at first. So we'll go to extra innings. We're tied at 2 on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. 1-3. Bunt, BU. Yeah, she's going out there. Yeah, she's going to go to center. This re-entry, it's got to go, man. It's really stupid. So we're back in the top of the 8th. The Lions will start out with a runner on second base. That'll be Avery Wiltermuth, who made the last out last inning. Courtney Keller will step in. Courtney is 0 for 2 with a walk today. And we will have a pinch hitter. It'll be Kelsey Stevenson to hit for Courtney Keller, looking for a bunt here for sure. So umpire's going to dust off home plate, and we're going to get ready here, but we fully expect Kelsey to be bunting in this situation, try to get the runner to third. Sydney Hughbanks on deck, who's had a couple of hits and a couple RBIs. Meitzner still in the circle. Ball's high. 1 ball, no strikes. Very tempting here to slug bunt, because just as we were on defense, they're really moving all over the place. There's tons of holes in the infield to hit it through. But the safe play is to try to bunt her over for sure. She bunts it, and it's foul. Looks like she's trying to almost beat it out rather than just sacrifice. Kelsey just needs to turn around, give herself up, sacrifice, move the runner over. You're certainly not going to fool anybody here. Everybody in the park knows that you're going to bunt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Squares the bunt again, and it's fair. Martin up with it, throws to first for the out, so that'll go 5-3 sacrifice bunt, gets her over. So Kelsey does her job. Very nice job. I'll bring up Hughbanks. She's 2 for 3 on the day. So let's see how the Warriors of Wisconsin Lutheran play this. The middle is now, the corners are in. The middle is about halfway or so, creeping in a little bit. That's singled up the middle. Big hit there by Sydney Hughbanks, her 3rd hit of the game. So that'll put the Lions on top 3-2. It'll bring up center fielder Emily McDonald. Emily is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. So the Lions will look to tack on more here if they can. That ball's in the dirt. That's a wild pitch, and Eubanks will take second. So that's a big insurance run out there if Emily can get her home. 1 ball, no strikes. And there's a pitch, and it's lined right to the shortstop, Corley. So second out of the inning. That'll bring up Elena Flynn. Elena's 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. Pitch, that's slapped towards center. And Heller's over to make the catch. So the Lions do score in the top of the 8th. 1 run. They lead it 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th on the Mount St. Joe Sports Network. And we're back for the bottom of the 8th. Lions lead at 3-2. The runner will go out to second, and that'll be Sieber. She was actually in center field to make the catch to end the last inning. She had re-entered, and Emily Cardenise will lead it off. She's grounded third a couple of times. So probably expecting her to try to get him over, try to get the runner over with a bunt. We'll see what they do. The Lions way in on the corners. Lauren Miller still on the mound. Kick. She does show bunt. She bunts it foul at the plate. Very good effort there by the catcher, Sydney Stewart. Now he wants a word. Now he's going to. Head coach is talking to the batter, so he wants a conference with her just to make sure they're on the same page. No balls, 1 strike. Line infielders, the corners are about 40 foot away here, if that. She squares the bunt. That ball's high. Center fielder Emily McDonald sneaking into towards second base is a potential pickoff there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, it's tempting to really let her swing here, some type of slug bunt or slash. She does show bunt. She bunts it fair. Fincham will make the play, throw on to the second baseman Flynn for the out, so the sacrifice works. So they get the tying run to third with 1 out. And the Ashley Corley and Lexi Martin are back-to-back left-handed hitters. They're coming up. Ashley's got a couple of hits on the day. Casey Fincham way in at third. Lexi Martin on deck. Pitch. Ball's a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes. Delivers, that swung on and fouled off. Down the left field side. One ball, one strike. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, interesting configuration. This was an old baseball field, and now they've put like a fence across the outfield. Oh, probably about 100 foot closer. Pitch, it's down low. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's on all the fields here. Two balls, 1 strike. Pitch, that swung on and lifted to shallow left. Cornelius comes on to make the catch. That's a big second out. So 2 outs. And that'll bring up Lexi Martin. Very interesting strategy here because she's clearly their best hitter. She rocketed a double last time. If you put her on, she's going to steal second, so then the winning run goes to second. So we'll see how the Lions handle it. I would be tempted to walk her, but then again, then you're putting basically the winning run on second. So we'll see what Lauren can do with her here. Change stays high. Very interesting dilemma here. Yeah, I think after hearing some of the things we're hearing from their sports information director, I think I'd put her on. And they're not giving her much to hit. 2 balls, no strikes. Again, it's a risk because you're putting the winning run potentially on second, but she's an All-American from last year. So I think with a 2-0 count, I would definitely want to put her on here. So far, they haven't really given her anything to hit. Sitting up way, yeah, they're basically pitching around here. Might as well just tell her to go to first. At this point, there's no reason to try to get cute here and miss a spot, and she takes one out and walks it off. Well, yeah, this is silly. She's just way outside. So that's a ball 4. It's an intentional, unintentional walk. So I actually do agree with the strategy there of not letting her beat you. Malecki steps in. She's fouled out, fly to left, walked, and had a sacrifice bunt. So, she's probably going to steal second on the first pitch. The old, might as well die with your boots on. Might as well not let the best player beat you. If you're going to go down, make somebody else beat you. Lauren looks in for the sign. And ball's down. She does steal second base. You do have a base open here, so she can clearly pitch careful to her. And she's doing that. 2 balls, no strikes as the ball's down in the dirt. On deck is Anholt, who's flied out a couple times and been hit by the pitch. Now Coach Ellie Buffenbarger is going to go to the mound to probably go over that similar situation here. With a base open, you don't have to throw it right down the middle. You can go for a spot. If you miss her, the run essentially means nothing, and it would set up a force out at any base. And the only downside of that is then you have no room for error. You have to, come into the next batter. But, again, a base open, make her get herself out. Don't lay it in there. 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0 pitch, fastball. Called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. A long delayed call there. Wasn't sure about that one, but again, as I mentioned, these umpires in the softball games have really long delayed calls. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch. That's outside. Now, hearing it from the crowd a little bit, but that was outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. So trying to hit that outside corner, trying to keep it away from her. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off, so we'll have a payoff. Yeah, pitch got in on her a little bit. Wasn't able to extend her arms and fouled it off. So full count. We'll see who wins the battle here. Full count delivery. That's swung on and grounded to first. Eubanks will make the play. Lions come away with the victory in game one, 3-2 in extra innings as the Lions celebrate on the first base side. Well played game on both ends, well pitched. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a second. Yeah, we got it here. Meisner, she's now 0-1, and Miller is 2-0. Give me a good attendance number here. She is now 0-1. 123 of 10. What was time of the game? 2:01. Yeah. And we're back to wrap things up here in game one. The Lions win a thriller, 3-2 over Wisconsin Lutheran in a well-played game. Totals for Mount St. Joe, 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Wisconsin Lutheran, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Winning pitcher Lauren Miller is now 2-0. Loser Casey Meisner is 0-1. Time of the game, 2:01, and the attendance was 123. So the Lions open up today with a victory. They will play game 2 at 1:30. We'll be back on the air approximately 5 to 7 minutes before that. For Sports Information Director Blake Watson, for our producer, engineer, scorekeeper Jake Ayler, I'm Chuck Murray. Once again, the final score of game 1 is Mount St. Joe 3, Wisconsin Lutheran 2. We'll be back about 125 or so. Until then, so long, everybody.